What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the AUTOID unit, and you join us with the M240i because today we have another mod that's going to be going on the car, and this time is one I'm actually very excited about because I want to increase the noise of this car because currently it sounds wicked. But we feel like there's just a little bit of another level to go, so...
Yeah, probably doesn't help that Jack has the influence of me here and I've got an extremely loud Supra, and it makes Jack's car actually sound extremely quiet.
Yeah, it does. Actually, yeah, in comparison it does. Obviously my neighbours are going to absolutely hate me, but...
It shouldn't be too bad because you've still got a valve system.
PSRPARTS have hooked us up with a DC Catless Downpipe. Very nice. It's a very nice piece, very high quality. And as I said, like, plug and play, essentially. Now, we do have to caveat this and say this is the first time we're going to fit it. There is a very high probability that we're going to get a check engine light. Yep. The only difference in our example is that where this is an OPF back system and we have an OPF bypass module on the car, it could actually blank that out. So
we're not sure. This is a fingers crossed moment.
Yeah,
it might
we're not
potentially
sure.
work.
But the point being that if you guys have a stock system, you don't have an OPF bypass, and for some miraculous reason we don't get a check engine light, it still might not be the same for you. That's the point I'm trying to make.
And these are also going to be available in our store if you'd like to purchase. We've got plenty of these in stock as well. Yeah,
and there's a few of the guys that have already bought MILLTEK systems, so this is going to be a great video for you to sort of see.
A nice little upgrade if you want to take the sound up another level. I can't wait for this. I'm really excited. Let's go.
Now that's out of the way. Let's get it on the ramp. Get it on.
So we're starting by removing this under tray panel first, so we've got a bit more space to pull the cat out. So we want to crack that little nut off there, and then that should release the top part of the V-clamp. So this nut on the V-clamp is a 13mm. It's probably a little bit easier to do it from the bottom of the car, so if you can get the car jacked up, it'll be a little bit easier to take it off, and we're going to undo that now.
It's actually a little bit easier to show you what I was talking about when I was explaining the system. So this is the catback system. So it starts here just before the cat comes down. Here, originally, were the OPFs, the particulate filters. They're no longer there. They've been removed. This is now straight, all the way through, all the way back to a replaced back box here as well. And obviously out with the quad tips.
And you've got your valve just there.
Yeah, it uses the original valve. That's the actual same motor that the original system uses, so it's all like original essentially.
So now that's undone, we're just going to drop this one off. It's a 16mm. So just crack this 16mm, crack it off. So just pull the V-clamp apart, and then you'll be able to slide it back. So what you want to do is pop the V-band clip off and then push it this way towards the turbo. And for now, we're just going to undo this sensor, and then once the whole downpipe's off the car, we'll be removing this bit. Remove the Torx bit for the sensor, and then just pop the other little clip off. So it's quite hard to see, but there's two little supporting bolts which you need to pop out now, and that will allow the downpipe to be removed. So now, what you want to do is unplug the primary and secondary O2 sensors. Do it from here, leave them on the downpipe for now, because it'll be a lot easier to get them off once the downpipe's out. So Kai's going to demonstrate how to remove them now. Everything should be removed to be able to release the downpipe. We're just going to drop the centre pipe of the catback off quick, just to make it a little bit easier so we can pull this out of the way. So give it a big old shake and you'll crack the downpipe and then be able to slide it out carefully. And now the downpipe is removed. One quick tip to note, when you remove the primary and secondary O2 sensors, do it one by one, transferring each one over onto the new downpipe so you don't get these the wrong way around. If you get them the wrong way around, your car will blow up, won't it, Jack? It probably won't blow up, but something not very good would happen. So make sure you get them in the right order. We've removed the old O2 sensors, primary and secondary. We're now going to put them in the same order back into this one. Whack them back in and make sure that they're nice and tight. So we're now slotting the new downpipe back up the gap, refit the V-clamp back onto the new downpipe once it's all tightened up. Okay, now the V-clamp's all on, make sure that the downpipe is nicely butted up to the turbo and get that bolt in and tighten up that V-clamp. So now that's all tight, we're going to put the two bolts on for the clamp, put them on loosely for now. Okay, now all the top side's done. You basically want to slot this into that and then re-put on this V-clamp, which we're going to do now. Now the V-clamp's all on and all tight, we're just going to plug the sensors back in. So now plug in all the sensors and get everything clipped back down. What we're going to do quickly before we tighten up the mounting bolts on the downpipe, we're just going to start the car up and make sure that it's not got any leaks or anything, because this is the first UK car that's had one of these downpipes fitted, so we just want to make sure everything's all good.
Right, that's it. Downpipe's installed. We're now going to go and listen to what it sounds like. Good thing is the boy said it was a nice, easy install, no leaks, no nothing. So yeah, let's go and hear it.
Let's see what it sounds like.
Let's do it.
Little rev test. Right, what are we doing now then, Jack?
Right, we're going to go and take it for a little spin.
Let's take it for a spin.
See what it sounds like.
Get some flybys.
Yeah, boy.
And see if it feels any different.
I'm guessing it will.
What have you just done on the tuning side of
things?
Well,
I've had a little research online. It says that we need to change the map out from map 3 to map 6 because it runs a lot better with the
on the JB4 tuning box.
JB4,
so let's give it a little go.
Let's do it.
Let's go, baby. She feels good.
Yeah.
She feels good. Yeah. No, that feels stronger, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
That sounds lovely.
That sounds so nice.
That sounds lovely. I haven't been in this car for a little while, but you drive it on a day-to-day basis. Have you noticed anything at all from putting it on and putting it on map 6? This feels faster since the last time I've been in it.
Yeah, I think the noise makes a difference, but it just feels more like sprightly is the only way to explain it.
Comes on power a bit quicker. Nah, this feels brilliant, bro.
Yeah, the gearbox feels nice.
Do the windows up and put it into comfort so people can hear what it's like. Oh mate, even in sport with the windows up.
Yeah, it's lovely. So I've dropped it into efficient. Obviously,
you can't hear anything at all.
No, you wouldn't know.
You could literally drive this and you'd never even know this has got an exhaust on it.
No, never. You actually wouldn't.
That's brilliant.
That's exactly how I want it. I'm a bit of an old man, you see.
He's an old man, but he likes pressing the sport mode button and hearing it.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
It's good.
It's good, boy.
You know what would be good? What we might have to do, come back in another video, compare a draggy 0 to 60 time
of a stock to
not the stock, the JB4 without downpipe, with a downpipe, and see how it sort of affected that. So at the moment, touch wood, we haven't had an EML light come up, but cars which I've had in the past, it tends to take a few sort of 1,000 miles.
Oh really?
Before they come on. Yeah, like my S1 was a couple thousand miles. I'm not too sure what it's like with BMWs. I'm going to jump out here and then we're going to go get some flybys and show you guys what it sounds like.
Mate, what a difference.
Like, honestly, it sounds nuts.
Yeah, no, I feel like I'm happy now. Because before there was times I was like, oh, it's just a little bit too quiet.
Yeah.
But now, like, the best part is when it's in comfort and
you can't even hear it.
You can't really hear it.
Yeah, outside the car, it sounds 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I should have drove the car in so you could have heard it outside.
Yeah, no,
because it sounds completely different outside than what it does inside. Because I think the deadening inside is really good.
Yeah.
But
until the next video, guys.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Thanks for watching.